We'll talk about right tackle. We'll talk offensive line. We'll do everything we can to get as much info from the coaches as we can. This is going to be a full day of fun today on the R&R Traveling Road Show. We got Heisman Trophy winners. We got a couple of them. We got the CEO of USAA, Wayne Peacock, will come by and see us. We'll talk with Rick Neuheisel, former starting quarterback for your San Antonio Gunslingers.
Girl, you like that car? You like that?
Long time ago, when the San Antonio Gunslingers.
Yeah, you got a story for him, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I was the photographer for the owner of the Gunslingers, an oil man named Clinton Mangus.
Wait a minute, you know how to take pictures, right?
No, I was terrible.
Oh, okay.
No.
At least you owned it.
Well, I was thrust into the position because my boss was actually a co-owner, a part owner of the Gunslingers. He had invested some money, so he kind of sent me in there to sniff around, make sure the money wasn't going in the wrong places.
Gotcha.
And I started taking pictures and met Rick way back when.
Wow.
That back then, the Gunslingers, they would race. They would get paid.
Okay.
They'd get their checks on like a Tuesday morning.
Okay.
And there was never enough money to cover the entire team's checks. So these kids,
first come, first serve.
So they would pick up their check, and everybody would haul balls to the bank so they get there first and get their money. Because if you got there 15th or 20th,
there was no funds.
You are not getting paid.
Wow.
That was life in the what was that league? I can't even remember what it was. If you're just sitting in with us and you're wondering why, it is a Mike McCarthy Friday. He'll be with us in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk a lot about a Spurs victory last night. Boy, they're stacking them, taking down the Denver Nuggets in what appeared to be convincing fashion. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw the highlights.
I tried to tell Minix yesterday. He was feeling like, oh, this is going to get ugly. I was like, no. One, the Spurs are playing better. Two, Denver hasn't been playing well at all. So I'm not shocked. That one didn't come as a shock to me. I had the Spurs winning last night, actually.
133. They hung
123.
They hung 123 points last night.
Yeah, Denver's going through, again, props to the Spurs, but Denver's going through something. I don't know what's going on. They haven't played well at all.
Well, one more win. That's 3 out of 4. Right? We had 3 out of 4.
4 out of 6. 5 out of, yeah, I don't know.
What sounds better? What would you rather
they had
be?
Won
3 out of 4 or 4
They
out
had
of
won
6?
4 in a row, then they lost 2 in a row. So,
but
5
of
7.
So we're 5 of 7.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
that's something to write home about.
I'm down with that.
Taking on the Nuggets last night. So we'll make sure we dig into all of the stats to keep you up to date. But really, this is a day about USAA and the Army-Navy game. The 122nd iteration of the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. We are in New York in honor of the anniversary, the 20-year anniversary of 9/11.
Right.
It is going to be a spectacular weekend. This year's games marks the 6th time they've played in New Jersey in MetLife, but we're going to say New York. After going virtual last year due to the pandemic.
Yeah. USAA know how to treat a brother.
Yeah, this is your first little run on this.
Yeah, they know how to treat a guy. My goodness.
Did you enjoy dinner last night?
Yeah.
See, well, I'm talking about your street dinner.
Oh, my hot dog
and your chicken
and my chicken strip. It was great.
Was the hot dog everything you'd hoped for? The sabrette was everything you dreamed of.
The sabrette was perfect. It was perfect.
Now I saw you get it. Was the relish sweet? Was that sweet relish?
It's kind of sweet / sour.
I couldn't do that.
No,
I wouldn't have done that.
I just told him, give it to me how you give it to me how you give it to me.
Well, you seem to have done all right overnight, so.
Oh, I'm fine.
There was no.
No. I'm fine. I'm feeling good. A little sleepy, but I'm not like. But I needed some food. We had quite a few drinks.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Our first evening in New York.
We had quite a few drinks, so I needed a little bit of food.
We're sitting on the USS Intrepid. We are just below the flight deck. And this place is nuts. It's hard to fathom that we're sitting on a boat.
Yeah. I don't.
Or ship. I think are we supposed to call it a ship or a boat? That's a Navy question.
Ship.
Is it a ship?
Gotta be.
Okay.
Gotta be.
I've been called out on that before.
Yeah, I know. You got called out on it last night.
I think I probably did. Yeah. I'm amongst the guys that know the right answers to this.
Yeah, Miss Minix called you out. First of all, she said it's a ship.
Well, I'm not.
So it's a ship. You're not a.
I have no idea, but it is.
But we're on the Hudson. I got to get up. I got to get up to the flight deck. All right.
We've got Coach. It is that time. We do it every week. We'd like to welcome aboard R&R in the Morning, the head football coach of your Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, brought to you, as always, by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, welcome aboard. How you feeling this morning?
Feeling great. How about yourself?
Oh, we're feeling good,
What's going on,
Coach.
Coach?
Feeling good?
I'm glad you're back in the fold, back at work. We were all a little concerned for you. We're happy you're feeling better.
Oh yeah, no, it's great to be back. And the irony of it is, last time we were on the radio, that's when I got the news. Actually,
Yes, sir. And I wanted to bring that up real quickly. So
Yeah.
we were trying to piece the timeline together after we went off air. How quickly did you find out 2 weeks ago that you had tested positive? Was it right after you got off air? Did you go into a meeting and they come lasso you and pull you out, or how exactly?
No, literally, we were on the show, and I got the text message. I appreciate you guys, blooping out the holy, the reaction. But yeah, I literally could have fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe it. So, but yeah, it was literally during our show last time we were on.
How's life in the hotel?
It's coming to an end today, so this is a big day.
Because that sucks. Anybody who's
Oh,
spent
my
any
God.
long term in a hotel, I don't care how nice it
Yeah.
is, it's still awful.
Yeah, no, it'll be good to get back to some regularity and some normal interaction with my family. So yeah, we're getting through this.
That's good. So you feeling you 100%? Any hangover, Coach? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, I feel good. But yesterday was a first full day here at work, and yeah, so.
So, Coach, I
everyone
got to
good.
ask you. So, your first full day back after taking a little bit of sick leave, but you were working every day. Then you go out and I'm not going to say you guaranteed, but you certainly made a lot of press yesterday. Was that intentional?
No, I think it was more just to give an honest answer. As part of the conversation I was in with with our local media. We're talking more big picture, and with this state and the mindset of the football team. I think you get more some of those questions when you come out of a bye weekend, type scenario that we just came out of, coming off of a Thursday game last week in New Orleans. So I was really just reflecting how we feel and our confidence, and really understanding the urgency and the importance of this game, and that was the intent.
Make you not want to answer anything else, right, Coach? You see, I give y'all a good answer, and this is what happens. Make you just
that's part of it. I mean, it's just like anything. It was an honest answer of how we feel and what our outlook is.
Coach Mike McCarthy joining us on his regular Friday appointed schedule, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. So let's talk about what we're headed into this week. Washington feeling good about themselves. What is it about Washington? What has changed? What turned the corner for them? Is it Ron just getting his team in order? Did they figure something out? What are you seeing on film that made them the team today that we did not see a month ago?
Oh, I think it's their formula for winning is definitely in sync. I think you're looking at a team that does a really good job controlling the clock. Doing a really good job. With the mix of run to pass. You look at their situational offense. They're playing very well. It's a defense that does an excellent job stopping the run. So play on special teams. So particularly the last 4 games, I think you see a football team that's playing very well, complementary football, and this is going to be,
Coach, real quick,
a big challenge, like it always is for us, as we know.
When you say complementary football, explain to most listeners what you mean by that.
Well, I think the offense plays to the defense, and field positions is a priority. Time of possession is a priority. I see there's a consistency of how they call the game, how they approach the game. And at the end of the day, what's most important is the execution of the game. So, when you're complementary football, you're doing a good job staying in favorable down and distances. There's a commitment to touches in the run game. In a ball control fashion. They're doing a good job on first and second down, winning it down with the run defense. So it brings a balance and a more regularity to the performance of the team.
Understand.
In your experience, Coach, is this around the time of the year where everybody kind of has figured everyone out? I mean, I know there's like, well, this team is struggling offensively, that team's struggling defensively. There's talk, well, the offense doesn't look like it did the first half of the season. Is this the part of the year where everybody kind of figures everything out and it gets tougher on everybody?
Definitely. I mean, December football is the hardest of the year, and I think the way the league is lined up with these division games has made it even more competitive, and I think that's what's so exciting about our opportunity here. So, I mean, you're it isn't like you're going to put a bunch of new scheme in
Right.
each week at this point in the year. I mean, it's all about execution, and everything you do this time of year is execution. So, I mean, I think you have trends and patterns of how people are attacking you. You look at just no different when we're installing our defense. We're putting in the plays that we anticipate Washington playing, but we're also listing the plays and the concepts that people continue to run against us, that have been successful against us. So you're coaching the self scout and the opponent at the same time, because that's really what these games come down to. So I mean, they're not going to get too far outside of how they want to play. They'll have variations and wrinkles off of the things they've done. So our anticipation awareness there has to be heightened. But yeah, this is the time of year that it's really about the players' execution, and we got to make sure we're giving our guys a chance to do that.
Any update on Pollard and Zeke and the running game, Coach?
No, we had good work yesterday. So felt good about the padded practice. We haven't had a padded practice in a while with the stretch we've been on. So it was good to get back out in a full blown mode there. So Zeke and Tony, both working limited. Zeke was full. So, but we'll just continue to go through this, and we'll be ready to go Sunday.
Mike McCarthy joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. Coach, we were actually up at Army-Navy up in New York for the Army-Navy game. Have you ever had a chance to come by and see the game?
I have not. So, I have not been in the Army game.
Well, you've probably been busy. One of those things, you've been at work.
He kind of, yeah. NFL coaches, they're busy right around this time. Coach, are y'all feeling in the effects of what's the mindset like with this extra game this season? It's the first time ever anybody played 17 games. Is there a difference in the approach, or is it like you just worry about it when you get there?
No, I think it's something when you lay out your schedule. I think I know as a head coach, you kind of have a full season schedule laid out. Now you obviously got to be able to tweak and adjust that. As far as how the injuries and the state of your team are going. But yeah, it's frankly, coming out of this bye weekend, we started Wednesday what we call our winter schedule. So there's the meeting times are cut back a little bit. The practices on the field times cut back some. So we're definitely cognizant of the workload.
Is that just to lighten the load and the effects on the body, just to shorten the practices up?
Yes, and that's something you do every year. But obviously, with the 17th game, you got to be very cognizant of it.
Interesting. I hadn't considered that. Winter rules. He is Mike McCarthy, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. Coach, coming up on a Wednesday on a rivalry game, a division game with Washington. That this team is different defensively than they were, and it seemed to have happened right about the time Chase Young got hurt. What's the difference with that team on defense? Because you brought it up a bit. They stopped the run, but they weren't when Chase Young was in there. How is it possible that they got better losing one of the better defenders I've ever seen play on the defensive line?
Well, I just think it's like anything. It's 11 man, and I think just the way that the seasons go. I mean, I think some teams get in sync at different times of year. Also, the challenges that they're playing against, but it's historically under Jack, they've always done a good job how they challenge you, with run defense, and so I just think you're seeing a team that's playing really good football right now.
Speaking of rivals, Coach, you came from the Green Bay-Chicago rivalry. Now you're in the Washington-Dallas rivalry. Talk about these games, and as far as you got new players, you got guys that just getting to the Cowboys, you got rookies. What's it like for the new guys trying to get used to and take on the responsibility of big games like this as far as rivalries?
Yeah, I think it's important, especially the first time through it. We did the same thing with Philadelphia and the New York Giants. Just make sure our new guys and young guys understand the importance of the game. We obviously understand the importance of it being a division game and so forth, but it's important to the fans, and just the extra energy that comes into these games, into the stadium. So I think that's what makes the NFL so much fun. You have these type of games, and especially playing these guys twice in 3 weeks. So it's a great rivalry to be a part of.
Yeah, what do you think? You brought it up a bit, how they backloaded the schedule with all your division games. What do you think? Is that something you like, or would you rather have them peppered out throughout the season instead of having to deal with them over and over in a quick fashion like this?
Well, one thing you learn as a head coach in this league, it doesn't matter what you like. So that's just the way it is. But I think, the parity component and the competitive spirit heightened at this time of year. I think that's part of what the league's after. Obviously, I think the marketing of these games is also a huge benefit too. So, I think it's all part of the challenge. Then you brought up the 17th game. So, hey, this is a difficult league to win a game each and every week, and they definitely just heightened it here in December, which, as we know, is you have to run this gauntlet here to get to where you want to get to.
Mike McCarthy joining us here on ESPN in San Antonio as we prepare for the Washington football team.
Yeah. Coach, you still there?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a bad connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can barely hear you guys.
Oh, okay.
Bring it back up. I think we're up.
Okay. Well, Coach, good luck this week. But I was going to ask you, I know we got a bad connection, but I was going to ask you, going back to the whole guarantee thing and looking at the numbers since the bye week, was that something you just felt like your team needed because you haven't played as well since the bye week and they needed a little bit of confidence booster? Was that you just being a leader?
I was being honest with you. I gave an honest answer to the state of how I feel and how I feel our football team's approaching this.
We'll do that again.
This competition. But yeah, I'm not real caught up in how other people feel about it. To me, it's irrelevant. It's all part of our focus and what we got in front of us. Okay, is that it?
Sorry, y'all. We lost both Rudy J and Rob Thompson, as well as Coach Mike McCarthy. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll get R&R in the morning rolling here on San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio